Did you know that a good morning routine is linked to less stress and a boosted mood and energy throughout the day? If you are new here, welcome to The Style Warden. My name is Leah. I am a styling and wardrobe coach, and this video is about morning routines, but it does relate to fashion and building your wardrobe. And here's exactly why. Things that I do as a coach is I help people understand their lifestyle, the roles that they play, the type of person that they want to become, and we connect that to the way that they're portraying themselves on the outside. So you can imagine that the way that you have to get ready in the morning is going to determine how we're going to do your hair, how we're going to do your makeup, how we're going to prep your outfits for the week. And the type of lifestyle that you have is really important in being able to identify and create a wardrobe that's personal to you. So building routines, understanding what your mornings look like, that is all part of the process that I go through with my clients. And it's also something that I'm in the process of kind of redoing for myself. For the last 2 years, because of COVID and all kinds of things that have changed within my day job, I have had a schedule that is just kind of all over the place. It has constantly gone back and forth between working from home, working in person, and it's been really hard to get into a solid routine. Now that things have kind of normalized for me, it has been really important that I build some of these things into my life because I am a routine girly. And I also thrive when I have some type of stability in my life because then I'm able to be a little bit more spontaneous when I know that, hey, 4 out of the 5 days I did this, so I can relax a little bit if I need to. It just gives me that comfort and that peace of mind. And it also helps me feel a little less stressed and a little overwhelmed throughout the week. Now, I will be the first to say that this is my general routine. Sometimes things happen. I deal with chronic health issues that sometimes impact my daily life. And as we all know, life happens. Sometimes you just want to click snooze and it doesn't always go as planned. But that is why it's called a routine, because it's something that you routinely do. You don't have to do it 100% of the time, but it can enhance your life. Statistic, and I will link the article below if you want to kind of dive into it a little bit more, but it says that a good morning routine is linked to less stress and boosted mood and energy throughout the day. There's actually scientific data out there that is showing how important having a good morning routine is for your life. Again, the whole title of this video is Realistic Morning Routine. So I also think it's important to know that your routine does not have to mimic that of a celebrity or an influencer or, somebody that doesn't have this same life situation that you do. I, for one, am a huge fan of slow mornings, and I cannot wait for the day that I'm in a position where I can wake up and I can journal and I can meditate and I can eat this beautiful breakfast that I make in the morning, and it's just slow and peaceful. That is what I want, but that is not my reality right now. And so I have to figure out, how do I fit the things that I want, the things that are important, in a realistic routine that's actually going to work for me and that's something that I can actually stick to. Easier said than done. These are some of the things that I have implemented recently. I am still kind of getting in the habit of doing it all and am in the process of also having to adjust it a little bit as I go. For me, my alarm goes off at 5:45. I just got a new Hatch alarm, which I absolutely love. I have found that the light from the alarm actually starts to wake me up before the even sound does, which is kind of nice because it's just this gentle awakening, and I feel a lot better when I've been gently awakened rather than having abrupt noises and sound. It is a little bit of an investment, but having some type of light or gentle awakening has been super beneficial for me. There's lots of apps out there as well that you can explore if you're not quite ready to invest in one of these sunrise alarm clocks. 10 out of 10 would recommend something gentle. The next thing that I try to do is a brief yoga routine. I have always wanted to be the kind of person that woke up and did like this sunrise yoga and was just, but reality is a lot of time in the morning unless I want to be waking up at 4. I found a way to kind of bridge the gap. I do a 10-minute yoga routine online. It allows me to wake up my body. It helps me kind of get loosened up and stretched out in the morning. I still feel like I have done some yoga. And even though it's not the 20, 30, 45-minute practice that, would maybe qualify me as being a yogi, it is enough just to get me up, moving, and stretched out. The reason that I really like doing the yoga in the morning is that I do have a desk job. And so from 7 a.m. I get in my car, I'm in the car till I get to work. Then I'm at work sitting at my desk all day long, and I don't really start moving my body until my workout at the end of the day, which is a really long time. So being able to start my day off with a little bit of energy and a little bit of movement just helps me feel a little bit better throughout the day. After my yoga routine, I try to do a 1-minute little meditation. Again, I would love to do like a full 5-10 minutes, but your girl is on a time crunch. So the 1 minute just allows me to kind of center myself throughout the day, bring a sense of calm. I get to feel like I did do a meditation, but then I am not spending a ton of time in the morning. Commute to work, I have a daily fire that I listen to from Brendon Burchard. Sometimes I listen to a podcast or something else. I focus on my day and the kind of energy that I want to bring. I still do that type of work. It's just between me, myself, and my steering wheel instead of, in the morning before my day gets started. Okay, next thing is my coffee. Now, a lot of people incorporate coffee into their morning routine. Whether you're a coffee person or a tea person or just a hot water person, I don't know, whatever floats your boat. This is kind of a ritual. I love the smell of it. The aroma of the coffee is like really the thing for me, and it gives me something to kind of sip on throughout the morning. I have an espresso, which I absolutely love, but there are also other coffee machines out there that you can actually set a timer, which is kind of cool. So at a certain time, it'll start brewing. I think that would be a super great way to start your morning. This is just part of my ritual, part of what I do. I don't always have to have the cup of coffee. It gives me the feeling of having that slow morning, even though I don't have a slow morning. I mentioned earlier that I really want to be the type of person that just has this long time that I get to take. Being able to make this cup of coffee and sip on it throughout the morning kind of gives me that same energy without it actually being there. You guessed it. Filling up my water bottle. I've been loving my Stanley. I probably spent way too much money on a flippin' water bottle. Whatever works for you. I've tried to get in the habit of filling this up when I first wake up. I do it first thing and I fill it up. I'm more inclined to continue to drink it throughout the day. If you are the type of person that has had trouble getting water, incorporating it into your morning routine can be super helpful. Come on, he has a little sweater. I've got the water bottle filled up. It's time for your girl to hop in the shower. I really try to take fairly quick showers in the morning, which is very hard for me because I like hot showers. In the evenings, I will do my shaving, my exfoliating, wash my hair, anything that takes a little bit longer, so that in the mornings I am quite literally just rinsing off, using a little bit of soap just in case I got kind of sweaty in the night or sweaty from my yoga routine. That way my actual morning shower can be very quick. Now my version of quick is still like 5-10 minutes. That is one area that I found I could condense to cut out a little bit of time. Also try to not wash my hair. Washing my hair and then having to dry it just takes up way too much time in the mornings. Still working on the styling part of my hair. Just takes out a lot of time in the mornings. Hair and makeup, this has been the hardest thing for me. I'm a former pageant girly. I like to do full hair, full makeup. And if I don't do full hair and full makeup, I just kind of feel like I'm not fully getting ready. I've had to work really hard at reframing the way that I think about my hair and makeup routine, finding a makeup routine that works for me, that's quick, that still feels for me like I'm a little bit polished and put together, but is easy, attainable. And I also have just gravitated toward a more natural look as I have gotten older and time has passed. I think that also goes hand in hand with wanting to take better care of my skin. Acne and redness in my skin and texture. Most people have that. That's just part of life. And so coming to terms with that and realizing that I don't need to spend hours trying to cover everything up has helped a lot. I really encourage you to experiment with a skincare and hair routine that works for you. I hate fixing my hair. I've always hated fixing my hair. Hair and your makeup and that aspect is a part of your overall style and look. When you are building your wardrobe or revamping your style or thinking about your overall image, that's a part of it. You have to think about your daily routine in order to really get a good idea of how that's gonna happen. I can sit here and say I wanna be in full pageant glam every day, but I'm also gonna tell you I'm not waking my butt up at 4 a.m. to do that. Something has got to give. For me, it was the long hair and the long makeup routine. Last part is actually getting dressed. One of the things that I've had to be really good about is making sure that I pick out my outfit the night before, it ironed, ready to go, accessories picked out. If you are somebody that has a tight morning routine, you don't have time to steam your shirt, to iron your clothes, to pick something out, to try on a bunch of outfits in the morning. You might be able to do that for an afternoon event on a Saturday, but in the morning when you are pressed for time and you maybe pushed snooze a few too many times, you've got to be quick. There's actually a study that shows, I think it's like 40% of people actually pick out their outfit the night before and set it out, get it ready before the next day. Sometimes what you do the night before can actually help your morning routine. Hence the reason people usually talk about nighttime and morning routines. It's wildly beneficial to have your outfit ready to go the night before. I am not the best at doing this, and whenever I go to work and I've got a wrinkly shirt or, you know, something that I'm like, ugh, this doesn't really go together the way I wanted it to, it greatly impacts my mood and the way I feel about the day. So it's just easier to get it taken care of the night before. All right, eating breakfast. This is the hard one for me, because it is hard to find breakfast meals. It's hard to find breakfast meals that are quick and easy and nutritious and balanced and all the things. One of the things that is very important, especially since it's a while before I have my first snack of the day and your girl gets hangry quick, is that I have a little something in my stomach. You know, some toast. I also thankfully have a really supportive partner who sometimes makes me breakfast in the mornings, which is a huge bonus. And it's time to grab my packed lunch. So this is kind of the same thing as the picking out the clothes the night before. I try to pack the majority of my lunch that I can the night before. I am gluten-free, which means that it is hard for me to grab food on the go. I also don't have a lot of options in the vending machine besides like some chips and some gummy bears. So in order to have enough snacks throughout the day and have a lunch, it is important that I pack that the night before. You can eliminate one more thing that you have to do rushing around in the morning. That is one of the things that I try to do. And then I'll just pull it out of the freezer and throw my frozen like meal or whatever else to complete it. I forget and I accidentally leave it in the fridge, and then that makes for a real sad day. So as long as you remember to pull it out of the fridge, you'll be good. All right, and then the last step is just to load up the car. Usually am loading up a to-go coffee, my water bottle, my phone, myself, my gym bag, my handy dandy work bag, and on top of all of that, also the lunchbox that I sometimes forget. I have an alarm on my clock that goes off at 6:55 so that I am reminded, oh, it's time to start loading things up. And then I am on my way for the day. My morning routine is about an hour and 15 minutes. This, again, is just a routine that I kind of go by and I'm trying to get in the swing of doing. But I hope that this was a little bit inspirational for you. If you have been going through all of the YouTube videos where people have like 3-hour morning routines, it's like, yeah, girl, I would love to have 3 hours in the morning, but I don't. I gotta get the kids out the door, or I gotta get to work, or 9 to 5. Who works 9 to 5s anymore? We're all working 8 to 5s over here. I fully understand what it's like, and although I have a dream of one day being able to have those slow mornings, the reality is that's just not the situation that I'm in now. And so I have to build a look for myself and a routine and something that works for the life that I am in now. So if you found this video enjoyable, insightful, or had a helpful tip, be sure to subscribe so you can get updates about new videos, about style, fashion, self-development, confidence, and all of the things that help connect our inner and outer self. I'm curious, what kind of things do you incorporate into your morning routine? And are you in a similar situation where you don't have a lot of times in the mornings, but you want to get stuff done?